to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be here, and we are still in our mental health awareness series, and this is officially episode 4. So welcome if you're new here. Thanks for joining the party. We have been discussing mental health, just with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's something that I am passionate about, and it's just, a way for me to really just, contribute to the conversation. So let's get right into it. So this topic came to me just randomly, yeah. I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, you know what is going to be relevant is mental health. What's like, what are the problems? And definitely this one was like a no-brainer. And I'm like, you know what, there is a lot of people who are, essentially jailed, like they're in the prison of climbing social hierarchies. And I thought it would be a brilliant way to just further the conversation along in the series. From a young age, we're all kind of like brought up and taught to, strive to be the best, whether it be in school, in our careers, or even just within our social circles. So while ambition and hard work are important, they're good things, they're good for us, it's good to work and whatnot. The obsession with climbing social hierarchies can definitely impact our mental well-being in a negative way. First of all, constantly comparing ourselves with others, it will breed ground for anxiety and depression. That goes without saying. And social media, it exacerbates this because we are off every day. You're going online, you're seeing perfectly curated representation of people's lives, and it just breeds that feeling of like, am I unworthy, am I inadequate, I'm not doing enough, I'm not making enough, I'm not posting enough, I'm not showing enough. When the focus is like on outshining other people or outdoing them, oh, they did this, I'm gonna do this. When you get into that back and forth, we tend to start like neglecting our own needs and our values, and that can only lead to like a loss of identity and purpose, which is not good. This pressure to succeed, it can lead to stress, like life-changing stress, chronic stress, everyday stress. We push ourselves to the limit, often having to sacrifice like sleep time, even just like personal time, times with your loved ones, relaxation. And this relentless pursuit, it can lead to burnout, the fatigue of your mind, like a state of physical, emotional, mental exhaustion that causes you like you're no longer able to live your life in a normal way. You're not able to function as you would, your best self, that's you would not be able to get there. Moreover, climbing social hierarchies are often involves like isolation and competition with the other person, unhealthy competition, unnecessary competition, unprovoked. Okay, well, maybe it was provoked, but definitely unnecessary. This video is just calling you to take a moment and stop. We are aware that a social ladder exists, but the obsession, what I'm talking against, is the obsession to climb up so much so that you lose yourself. Some people are so occupied with this unhealthy competition that even people that they might, call friends, they're now starting to see them as rivals. So what is the alternative, right? I see the alternative to be just living a life of contentment. The social hierarchy is always going to be there, and whether you like it or not, you're always going to be at one point or the other. Like my dad would always say something, he says there's always going to be someone that's better than you, and there's always going to be someone that's worse than you. There's always going to be someone in front of you in life, and there's always going to be someone behind you. So you need to be very comfortable with like where you are in the moment, and just trust that yes, there is room for improvement, there is room for progress. The only constant thing in life is change. The fact that you're at position A today doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't progress to position B. So being content and practicing gratitude as well, like just being grateful for where you are in the present moment, I feel like it will eventually blur out all the noise. It will block it out completely in a way where you're able to focus on your own set goals. You're able to live a life that is purposeful. Contentment is about appreciating what you have and finding joy in the present moment. It's realizing that as in your worth is not determined by your external achievements. It's not determined by how much money you make. That's not your worth. But your worth is determined by your inner peace and fulfillment. People have all the money in the world and they are suffering. Y'all don't even know the half of it. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but you see, Robin Williams, his death shook me like no other, because that man, funniest guy, like one of my favorite actors, and to know that he lived a life of comedy. He lived a life where he was making people laugh, but he was making money. He was in Hollywood. Like, I don't know how much he was making, but I'm sure he was making money. But still, the state of his mental health was superior to all of the money, all of the fame, and all of the people around him. So I just want to say, like, you know, cultivating contentment, nurturing contentment, being intentional about staying content, it can really, like, you know, improve your mental status. It can improve your mental health. That sense of, you know, I need to be validated. You don't have those feelings when you're content within yourself. Your life will be more balanced. True fulfillment, it comes from meaningful connections, self-acceptance, living a balanced life. You're your own boss and you should start acting like it. So I would like to share, as always, some ways that you can, you know, some steps that you can take to protect your mental health. And the first thing I would say for sure is trying to avoid superficial relationships, because superficial relationships are those people, like, I cannot count the amount of times that someone would tell me the life story of somebody else only to end it with, oh, but I never met them before. Huh? So how do you know nothing about their lives? Oh, everything's on social media. I've seen it on what they posted. And they're meant to be friends, but they're social media friends. I have nothing against social media friends. I have a bunch of social media friends, and shout out to y'all. But the point is, like, when it's a superficial relationship where all I can do for you is tell you how great you are, or tell you how, you know, wonderful you're doing, but I don't really mean that. And I'm only saying it because I know that's what you want to hear. You need to avoid those type of relationships. Another thing I would advise is, you know, I'll encourage you guys to prioritize your self-care. You need to be able to find time to relax and enjoy and just take the load off. Like I said, there will always be someone in front of you, someone behind you. So if you stop today, when you start again after you've rested, there will still be someone in front of you and someone behind you. So it's not necessarily about how many decisions you make, but how many good ones you're able to make. You can make such a good decision that instead of going from one step of the ladder to another step, it can propel you 10 steps up. And what, like, do you know what I mean? And you get to the 10th step, you've already passed the people that's, you know, passed you when you were resting. So you need to find a balance, okay? I will say prioritize your self-care, whatever self-care looks like to you. Another thing I will encourage is mindfulness, right? So when I was in A-level, that was the very first time that I really tried meditation. And meditation obviously is not what you see on TV with all the it's not that. I will encourage you to, you know, do your own research and stuff. I found that doing it consecutively for maybe say 4 or 5 days, I definitely saw a change in my my mental state. I felt like I could see things clearly, like I could think without interruption. And that's the entire point about mindfulness. So you should definitely, like, you know, look that up. And yeah, if it's something that works for you, great. But I know that it will definitely have a positive impact on your mental health. Just remember, your worth is not determined by your position on a social ladder. It is not. True success is about finding happiness and a good balance in your life. This life, we all hope and pray to live long. You need that balance. In the long run, you need it. It is going to be the sustainability plan of your life. Just to conclude, y'all, what I'm trying to say is let's strive for a society where, you know, our mental health is more important than social status, and just, you know, foster an environment where people can thrive, people can be themselves, where people can, you know, lead fulfilling lives no matter their position on the social ladder. So I pray for y'all today. I pray for everyone who is struggling with their mental health in whatever capacity, that you're able to, you know, really just get out of that dark place and see the light and surround yourself with loved ones and people who care for you and people who can remind you constantly that, you know, life is not about any kind of social hierarchy. It's not the be all do all of life. So wherever you are, whatever your position is on the hierarchy, just be content with it and protect your mental health, because it will only encourage you to even, you know, progress on this so-called hierarchy. So we've come to the end of this video, episode 4 of our mental health awareness series. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I think we have about 2 or 3 more episodes. I don't know, but we're gonna see. And yeah, I really hope you guys have been enjoying it thus far, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Don't forget to share your comment if you have anything to share with me about social hierarchies, what your views are on them. I would love to hear. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Mwah. Bye. What was that?